So, you want to learn how Charger Light works. Well, luckily, I'm going to show you exactly that, covering all types of Charger Light mods, the elements that they come in, and how they interact with each other. This is a beginner's guide for those who are new to Destiny or just want to learn a few new things. Firstly, you're going to want to head to the Collections tab, Mods, then Combat Style. All Charger Light mods and Warmind mods are found here, including all elements and style types. For today, we are only focusing on Charger Light mods, and I'll be going over Warmind cells in another video. Now let's start with basics. Any Charger Light mod that has a green icon indicates a way for you to become Charge of Light, and any mod with a yellow icon indicates ways to use them charges for a benefit and consumes the charges you have accumulated. And any mod with a white icon are utility mods that can help you hold more charges of light or gain other bonuses. It's important to know that the default amount of charges you can hold is 2. Starting with some simple green mods to gain charges, we can take a look at Taking Charge and Shield Break Charge. Both are really easy to use in general gameplay. Taking Charge states that picking up an Orb of Power gives you a stack of Charge of Light, as seen here. And Shield Break Charge states that you gain a stack of Charge of Light after breaking a shield with a matching element type shown here. Now that we have 2 ways of becoming Charge of Light, let's find a yellow mod to use them charges. High Energy Fire is a very basic yellow mod that requires no special input. The mod states that being Charge of Light gives a weapon damage bonus, and defeating a combatant will use a stack of Charge of Light. So that means once we are Charge of Light, we can either kill trash mobs with our higher damage output thanks to High Energy Fire, or we can use that damage to chunk a major or boss target. But once that enemy is dead, the charge will be consumed. This is probably the most basic form of a Charge of Light build, but it is still very good for general play. Now let's talk elements. Most Charge of Light mods will come with an element attached to it in the top left hand corner of the mod. This means it can only be slotted into armor of that element type. This goes for green, yellow, and white mods. Yellow solar mods will give you a straight up bonus, whereas yellow arc mods will give you a bonus but require you to apply another arc mod in your build to activate its second bonus. A good example of this is Lucent Blade. The mod states that whilst Charge of Light, dealing damage with swords gives bonus damage to swords for 5 seconds, consuming a stack of Charge of Light. But underneath it, it has a bonus perk stating that it greatly increases the charge rate of your equipped sword. The way you activate that second perk is by slotting another arc mod in your armor, otherwise you only get the first part of the mod to work. The last element to cover is Void, which works almost the same as the solar one, but gives you a bonus at the cost of a stat trade-off, such as recovery or strength. For this, we'll go over Protective Light and what it does. The mod states, whilst Charge of Light, you gain a significant damage resistance against combatants when your shield is destroyed, aka when you go into red health. Once entering red health, all stacks of Charge of Light will be consumed at the same time to give you that resistance. This is where the white utility mods will come into play the most. There are 3 main white mods to use to increase the amount of stacks you can have all the way up to 5 stacks of Charge of Light. One of them is Void and the other 2 are solar mods. Stacks on stacks allows you to gain an extra stack of Charge of Light for every stack you gain, so 2 for the price of 1. Charged Up allows for 1 extra stack going up to 3 stacks total, and Supercharge allows for 2 extra stacks going up to 5 total if all are equipped. So if we took all this info and apply it to Protective Light, if we had 5 stacks of Charge of Light from all these mods and had Protective Light equipped, we would consume all 5 stacks at once if we became red health, allowing for a greater damage reduction than only having 2 stacks. It's up to you if that seems worth it or not, to have those mods taken up mostly by utility mods instead of other helpful mods. Overall, it's important to remember that all these mods can stack with one another. For example, you can run 4 green mods and a single yellow mod for high Charge of Light uptime, meaning you can utilize the yellow mods more often. Take my Eyes of Tomorrow build for example. The goal is to use the rocket as much as possible with lots of ammo perks and Charge of Light mods. As you can see, my yellow mod is a solar mod, Argent Ordnance, which gives bonus damage to rockets and a quicker reload speed whilst Charge of Light. Now my mods to become Charge of Light to utilize my Argent Ordnance mod are Incinerating Light, which allows me to become Charge of Light after killing enemies with Warmind cells. Blast Radius, so I can become Charge of Light by getting rapid multi-kills with rockets or grenade launchers. This procs often due to the nature of how this rocket works. And Taking Charge, as we're going to be picking up orbs all the time during gameplay. Other mods include Ammo Finders and Scavengers for high rocket uptime. Reserve perks don't work on this rocket, as it always holds 8 shots no matter what. So the gameplay loop for this build is simple. Use the rocket to become Charge of Light by getting multi-kills, and now the rocket will have more damage for its next shot since you are Charge of Light. If you have no ammo, you can kill using an Icarus weapon to generate Warmind cells and blow them up, giving you stacks of Charge of Light, and once you have ammo again, you will have a higher damage rocket waiting for you. Taking Charge is also there just to be an extra way to become Charge of Light. So that's one simple build for something I like to run. There are so many options for you to choose out there. If you like to run Lament or Fallen Guillotine, you'll probably want to run Lucent Blade build, with plenty of ways to become Charge of Light, so you can have high damage sword output all the time. If you're an avid Trace Rifle user, you can use the mod Sustained Charge, allowing you to gain stacks of Charge of Light for using Trace Rifles, Auto Rifles, or Machine Guns to rapidly defeat enemies. Combine this with High Energy Fire to have higher damage output for anything you are killing, whilst keeping yourself Charge of Light by getting rapid kills. This was a basic beginner guide to Charge of Light. I hope you found this video helpful and have a better understanding on how the Charge of Light mod system works. A simple yet effective system that can go a long way and take your build to the next level. If you enjoyed the video, please consider a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.